Today I want to look at two things you can do to your Bose wave radio if the CD player isn't working. First one's easy, and that involves cleaning the laser lens, and the second one involves taking the cover off and increasing the voltage to the laser. If you've got a CD in the player and you press play and the unit comes on but you get the no disc message like this, or if the CD track timer stays at 0 and doesn't increment, then you've got a problem with your CD player. So the first thing you want to try and do is clean the laser lens. So for this you'll need a cotton bud and some isopropyl alcohol, although I've just tried deionized water, that works sometimes just as well. Wet your cotton bud with the isopropyl, don't be afraid to get it very wet, and then gently move over the dome of the lens and just gently give it a good old clean all the way round and over, twisting the cotton bud, and then use the dry end just to dry off the excess. And that's it, just pop a CD in and see whether it plays. It does eventually get there. If that doesn't work, you need to move on to the more involved taking the cover off and increasing the voltage on the laser. This requires a little bit more competence, so here we go. First of all, turn off the unit at the wall and locate the 3 screws on the top for taking the cover off. The first one is actually in the CD tray, it's just here, and the other 2 are at the back here, that one and that one. So let's go ahead and take those off now then. That's the front one. Now, to stop the lid flying open as you turn the unit upside down, I just put a couple of pieces of masking tape on the lid on the left and right hand sides, like so. Next, you need to turn the unit over onto its back and locate 2 lugs which are under the front here and on the other side, and gently, using a flat blade screwdriver, push them over and out that way so they become exposed. This one and that one on this side, and then you can rotate the unit back and tilt the cover forward, and you can pull the cover off like so. Be careful that there's a ribbon cable connecting the top, so you need to be careful about that. I've turned the unit round now so that you can see better, but if you look in the centre you can see the laser module itself, which is on a resilient mount and literally just lifts off like so. The next thing you're going to need is a watchmaker screwdriver, something really small, possibly less than 1 millimetre. This one's about 0.8 millimetres, because we're going to adjust a pot on one of the PCBs. So locate the PCB, which is this brown one, and you just need to get the screwdriver and adjust this pot in the corner and turn it about 1/8 of a turn clockwise. It's a bit fiddly trying to locate, but once you've got there you can do it quite easily. And that's all there is to it. Now it's a good idea to check things before you put them all back, so I'm going to put a CD on top of the tray there, but obviously to stop it flying off I'm going to put a piece of masking tape to hold it in place. And then press play and see what happens. So there it is, it does seem to work. Now you might find you need to adjust the pot more than 1/8 of a turn, and also sometimes the pot is wired backwards and you might need to adjust it 1/8 of a turn in the opposite direction. So bear that in mind before you put it all back together again. Now that it's all back together, let's give it a final test and see whether it still works. Come on, track 1, and there we go. All beautifully fixed, and that's all there is to it.